Because it's a cumulative. All.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah, it was just like
Now we live.
Thank you.
What up, y'all? Welcome back to Yeah, I Said It, the podcast for all things sports. I am your host, Chris. I got the whole crew with me because it is the anniversary, the 1 year anniversary of Yeah, I Said It. I have my drink in my cup. But we're gonna get right to it. But what up, y'all? How y'all doing, man? I know it's a Friday, short notice.
What's up? What's happening, man?
Not much. Some of us are up on the news. Some of us are not. We talked about Hubert Davis and getting his getting the head coaching job at UNC. And
congratulations, Hubert.
Congratulations to him. And his press conference went. It was a little weird. It was a little weird. Hopefully, y'all can hear this, but I'm gonna give you the audio because Sean has not heard or seen this. So we gonna do it like that.
I'm African American and I'm the head coach here. I know that in terms of Division I head coaches all around the country, only 26% of the head coaches for Division I men's basketball are compromised by minorities, specifically African Americans. I know that it is significant that I'm the fourth African American head coach in any sport in the history of the University of North Carolina. I'm very proud to be African American, but I'm also very proud that my wife is white. And I'm very proud that my three beautiful, unbelievable kids are a combination of both. Did they ask him that?
No, they did not ask him that. DJ Envy. That was courtesy of Breakfast Club. So, Sean.
No, don't.
What do you mean?
Sean said no.
Don't do it.
He said, "Don't do it."
Don't do what, Sean? Don't ask.
Okay, look, man.
I'm gonna sip on my drink,
man.
bro.
Look,
Just
man.
that's your initial reaction too. You've never seen it before or heard that.
Yes.
That's
Never
the first time.
heard it.
Yes.
What was he thinking?
Exactly. Exactly.
Oh man. That's all I can say, man. That's
right.
That seemed like it was fake, like somebody put that together or something.
Yeah, he did.
He put it together.
Yeah,
he put it together in his brain.
He specifically put that together. He knew that's what he was gonna say when they asked him that. That's why he started with the facts, bro.
Yes.
Now, he ended with facts too.
Big facts. You know what I'm saying?
Just the facts, bro.
The biggest thing for me was I just don't know what he was aiming to try to prove. Like, the question was how he felt about being a black coach at the University of North Carolina.
First black head coach in the basketball.
I mean, and watching it originally, like, his answer was beautiful. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And then it just take a weird turn, like.
Yeah, he didn't need to say all the rest of it.
Yeah, like, screw the fact that your wife is white. This don't got nothing to do with your wife in the first place. She don't got nothing to do with what you gonna be coaching at the University of South Carolina. If you want to say, hey, I want to thank my wife for backing me and this, that, and the third, that's one thing. But, I got a white wife and I got mixed kids. Well, if you got a white wife, your kids mixed, nigga. I don't even want to hear that. But it just took away from what they was trying to. Yeah, it took away from everything else he said, bro. Like, they is trying to put it on Front Street that you are the first black head coach playing basketball at North Carolina. Like this is an accomplishment. This is an accomplishment. And you just took it, you just went left. I mean, I ain't gonna say nothing disrespectful, but it's just like, bro, why? What was the need in even saying that? Just thank your wife and get the fuck off the stage, man.
Bro, I felt the same way, but this is what I thought when I saw it. I was just like, wow.
Oh, that's so bad. That's how you felt, Chris? That's how you felt? The milk of magnesia?
Nah, man.
Yes, like, bruh, this has nothing to do with nothing. Why are you bringing this in to this special moment that you haven't, and you're articulating yourself perfectly, saying the statistics, saying that you're the only fourth coach in North Carolina history that's black to actually have the position of head coach of a sporting team, not just basketball. And you take that and then you just go all the way to the left to try to bring in your wife when she has nothing to do with anything. You just kind of messed up everything you just said.
Hey,
like,
man.
bro, you made it. I'm sure you made it weird for everyone in the room. Like the dude's trying to get the interview and everything, like give you questions like, well, are we supposed to ask you questions about your wife now? Or like, what is this for? I see what you were trying to do. You were trying to say, yes, this is a big moment, but it's not that big of a deal. The fact that I'm black doesn't have a big, thing in my life because my wife is white.
I disagree because he wouldn't have
But
never
it
led.
does.
But it does.
He
Yeah.
know it do because he led with that. That's what I'm saying. He willed us all in. His whole
Hey,
audience.
man.
Hey, I'm an African American. You know what I'm saying? He willed us in with that. So throw that shit out the window. He did a good old boy move. That's what that was.
He said,
That was
if
a
y'all
good
gonna
old
make
boy
it about
move.
race, I'm gonna make it about race.
Yep.
Since y'all want to say I'm the first, but I'm gonna tell you my wife is white. Just drop that little racial trivia nugget on y'all, since y'all gonna be like, how's it feel to be the first black coach at North Carolina? It feels fantastic. My wife is white, so watch the rest of your questions because I like white people too. Like, I don't understand the point of bringing it up like that, but I really believe that's how he thought. Like, it's a racial thing because they're gonna ask you. So I'm gonna say my wife is white and we have mixed kids. I'm proud of that as well. I don't want y'all to think I'm more proud because I'm the first black head coach in North Carolina. I'm proud of all of that.
My biggest thing was he brought it up like
Bruh.
somebody said something
Negative.
disrespectful to his wife. Like, bruh, nobody, I'm pretty sure a lot of people already knew his wife was white. I didn't know. But the fact that I didn't know don't matter. It don't take away from nothing that you got going on. You know what I'm saying? I could see if somebody said something crazy like, hey, you racist. And then you like, no, my wife is white. That's when you say some shit like that. You don't just be, oh yeah, I'm proud to have a white wife. Okay. What do that got to do with the question that we just asked you, nigga?
Right.
Hey,
What did that got to do? Because they asking you this because basically you just explained. Motherfuckers like you don't get that opportunity, bruh. You do not get that opportunity. And you got a bunch of people looking up to you that could hopefully one day later be in that same spot. And now everybody talking about how you took away from the moment because you just had to say, oh yeah, my wife's white and my kids are mixed. Nigga,
I
what
think
the
he
fuck?
felt it was important to say for him.
The magnesia.
Like, bro, it's not that deep. Like,
Exactly.
But see, that's the thing. It really is, dude, because everything
I'm
here is
talking about for
about
him to-
race.
but
Everything in
I'm-
this country is about race, bro.
Yeah,
so
I understand that.
For him, he felt it was important to let everybody know, like, yeah, I'm a black dude, but my wife is white. I don't know why because it's a racial question.
I feel like he felt like that was more important than what they was really trying to convey. Like, bruh, You already know how tough it is out here for black coaches. You already know how tough it is, like for it. Like it's on Front Street. Like it ain't no hiding how tough it is for black coaches out here. And that's on any level. That's on
Right.
any level. It ain't no hiding that. So for you to try to just take away from that moment, like, bruh, come on, dog. Come on, man. Come on. You failed us with that one, bruh. You failed us with that one. And that ain't no disrespect to his wife. I'm pretty sure she's a fucking lovely lady. I'm pretty sure his kids are fucking awesome and got a bunch of friends and all of that good shit. I don't got nothing to do with you being the fucking first black head coach out there at UNC basketball, bro. And you took away from that moment. That shit was selfish as fuck.
Joe, I felt like I was on a roller coaster ride and then just got dropped off. Like, what the fuck?
When he just dropped that nugget in your lap,
Boom! Like, what the fuck is this? Like,
drop this.
I'm sitting there like, man, this is beautiful. Yeah, because you're like, man, this is beautiful. I like, even when he first got the job, I'm like, man, this is awesome. And he's talking, I'm like, wow, I did not know you dropping some nuggets that I didn't know of. Then all of a sudden, you're like, and I'm proud that my wife is right. What? What does that have to do with
shit to do with
the
nothing?
price of rice in China? Like, I don't understand. But more to him. I still wish for him to have success. I know Sean
Congratulations,
is
Hubert Davis.
kind of like, fuck that, bring Jerry Stackhouse on over, but
damn right. Well, big move.
But we're gonna transition over to the draft right now. It's a lot of moving and shaking. Now that we got Brianna on, we can talk about this a little bit more in depth. Darius, as far as where they got your boy slated, y'all picking 14th or 10th or something like that. What's y'all pick? What pick do you guys have?
I have to look it up. It's somewhere in the middle.
Who do y'all got slated to be picked, and who do you want to be picked?
I see a lot of talk. Maybe Najee Harris right there. See a lot of talk of offensive line play right there. For me, it really don't matter, bro. Because one thing the Steelers are good at is finding players in the middle of the draft. Like Mike Tomlin he hasn't had a losing season. He done had an 8-8 season. He hasn't had a losing season since he's been there. So I ain't picked like high in the top in a while, bro. I think my last highest pick was probably Ben Roethlisberger when we drafted him. So I feel like Najee Harris would be good because I feel like because he's young and he's real explosive, even if my line isn't as good as it could be, he could create a little bit for himself. Way better than any other running backs that I got right now. No offense to James Conner or Benny Snell or McFarland Buddy or the dude we just picked up. I don't know why, but hopefully if a player like that is still there, I'll take him. If not, man, my biggest hope is one of these stupid receivers fall and we just take the receiver because Big Ben gonna need the fucking help. If his 39-year-old ass is gonna be throwing the ball.
Sean, you know the Bengals pick 5th. Who you want?
I want to go with the big guy from Oregon, man. I mean, sweet, simple. I mean, you got a franchise quarterback protecting. He got banged up because you had a shitty ass O-line. Period, point blank. Do we want to sell tickets or do we want to win rings? If you want to sell tickets, go get one of these nice ass wide receivers. You want to win rings and you got a future Hall of Famer? Go with the lineman, man. Protect your biggest asset. You go on soon in 4 or 5 years, get the man damn near $300 million. He probably gonna reach up there. So might as well protect him, keep him off the grass. You know what I'm saying? Sell some jerseys, and at least get to the AFC Championship game. Super Bowl, we need a whole bunch of pieces, bro. Hell to the nah. I'm a true Bengal fan. I'm gonna keep
Championship game.
AFC Championship game in 5 years.
I mean, baby steps. Hey, first y'all get over 500.
He said 5 years.
I said 5 years, bro.
Oh, okay.
Hey, Damn.
I'm saying, damn.
Hey,
I'm not
look,
going to engage
so
in
y'all
that
got-
bullshit
hey,
hyperbole.
listen,
It's going to be
listen.
more like 2 to 3. They'll be in the AFC Championship game.
He said
This has
Vegas,
been-
bro. I took
You heard
I
it
took
here
no
first.
offense to that.
listen, Chris,
You
Chris.
just pinching them, dude.
please, whatever you drinking tonight, leave that shit alone.
Please.
2
With
to
Joe
3
Burrow,
years.
He is
I'm
already
good.
toasted.
Oh, now with Joe Burrow, you good. But last year,
I'm good.
when I said, "Oh yeah, y'all should draft Joe Burrow," oh man, I didn't want to draft him, and
want Chase.
And I would have been right.
he'd have
You know
rather
why?
went 0-16 with Andy
No.
Dalton.
You know, exactly. You know why I would have been right?
Spoken
Because
like
I ain't
a
do
true
shit
bum.
with him. So if I ain't do shit with him, I might as well should have got Chase. At least
What
Chase
you
took his
mean?
team to the playoffs and became a captain
Chase-
as a rookie.
Chase
And the
played
Pro
on a
Bowl.
top 5. He played on a top 5 defense. Nigga, you ain't got top 5 nothing on your team but draft pick.
I understand that. I understand
Come
that.
on, man. What
I understand that. But don't act like the man ain't the man.
What he was gonna do?
He is the
Your
man.
your corners was still gonna be getting toasted, so that shit wouldn't have meant nothing. He'd have just
Exactly.
been
Did it mean
double-teamed.
anything with Joe Burrow?
Huh? Yeah.
Did it
but
mean
this nigga
anything
was
with
playing
Joe Burrow?
awesome.
Yeah,
This
we
nigga was playing
see what we
awesome.
got.
Yes, I'm saying he played awesome, but how many wins did it add up to?
Nigga, y'all couldn't guard shit.
Exactly my point.
Chase Young don't play corner.
Exactly. At least I could have had a defensive end at that point that I knew I was good for 10 years with the defensive end and could have got one of these quarterbacks.
But we could be
Bro,
good with
he
Joe
would've
Burrow
Now,
10 years.
So you think he was gonna stay in Cincinnati, going 4 losing seasons back to back to back to back, because y'all ain't got no quarterback.
what you mean? I don't know that for sure. I would have got a quarterback this year. They in the position to get a quarterback right now with Joe Burrow. That's all I'm saying.
Drafted somebody.
You need listen. I know what my team needs, and my team right now, Sean is right, is an offensive line. Period. Point blank. Blair, you the Detroit guy, man. Come on, man. Who you want? Who you want? Who you want?
This nigga want the team to move out of Detroit.
I want the people running to Detroit to get out of Detroit, bro.
I
I don't even know what Detroit picks. Well, I don't even know what pick they have.
I think
Something
that they have
high.
the 8th pick right now currently. I seen somebody in the mock draft earlier, even though y'all
They're
got Jared
probably going
Goff.
to draft the receiver there.
I think they should.
I think they should get Devontae Smith.
He ain't gonna. I don't know if he gonna make it all the way to 8.
They should draft a
Matter
quarterback.
of fact, I got the 7th pick.
Yeah, they got
pick-
7.
Got the
Draft
He
a
could.
quarterback.
Maybe.
If quarterbacks go in the top 3, Pitts, big
It's
guy.
still supposed to be 5 though, so they'll have a few.
Yeah, you got the choice of 3. You can get Waddle, Smith. Somebody gonna be there at 7.
Yeah, and then Jamar Chase might still be there if the Bengals don't take him. Because everybody else fishing for a quarterback.
Yep.
For the most
That's
part.
what it seems like until the draft happens. You like, how'd that dude get drafted so high? Because the top 10 picks are going to be weird.
Yeah, that is true. Brianna, what Baltimore need, man?
A new team.
Y'all know we need receivers. Don't even try to play with me. Y'all know we need a receiver.
It's been a sad, tough time for Baltimore these past couple weeks, man. Everybody telling y'all no. Why is that? Y'all offering them big money, and they like, nah, I'm good.
I would tell you this: it's not Lamar Jackson. It's the system, bro. They don't want to play in that system. System had them the number 1 rushing team in the league, which is amazing, bro. Like, these niggas run the ball like crazy, and they should because of what they got in the backfield. But they sacrificed the receivers, which unfortunately for them put them dead last year in receiving. So it's like it's hard to get somebody to come there when even he might be coming from a booty team, but he might be used to seeing 7 targets a game. You know what I'm saying? At least he coming to Baltimore, he might get 4, and
Maybe.
and they probably gonna just be bombs.
Right. No real route running, just shots.
And it's just the scheme, man. It's the scheme. I don't think it's the players at all. I think it's the scheme. I seen Kurt Warner ran this little thing after, I guess he got like his own little show or whatever. And he talked about teams after losses or whatever. And he was showing like some of the Ravens plays, and like they whole scheme is like set up for Lamar Jackson to fail, bruh. Like they run all their receivers all in the same area, and then everybody get mad at Lamar Jackson because nobody else got open. But you just clouded everybody in the same area. So who gonna be open? Now he just got to throw it to the biggest dude out there, which is Mark Andrews.
Yeah. Ain't nothing y'all can do.
They got Sammy Watkins, but can he stay healthy? That's the thing.
That's gonna be the problem.
Somebody's gonna draft a receiver, man. Brianna Wright, they're gonna draft a receiver, bro.
Yeah, they're gonna definitely draft a receiver. But out of this top 10, who do y'all think is the one that's probably who has the most potential to be a bust?
Any of the quarterbacks, bro.
I was just about to say that. Like
any of the quarterbacks. Who got the biggest potential to be a bust? Trevor Lawrence. Because everybody think he 100% solid.
Dude, yeah, already crowned him as that dude.
Yeah, they like, oh, we shaky about these other quarterbacks, but we know Trevor Lawrence gonna be it. All right. It sounds good.
It's just like it's guaranteed he's gonna be fine.
It sounds good until he go to the Jets.
Till he goes to the Jets?
Yeah, then what? We're gonna be saying the same shit we said about Sam Darnold. It was unfair for him because he played for the Jets for 4 years.
Right.
Tell you. Oh, yeah. I think I probably would say I think it's gonna be Zach Wilson. I think Zach Wilson, not just because he's going to the Jets, I just the level of competition that he played against and he showed out against them, but it's just something I gotta see it on the field, man. I gotta see more of it.
You just don't believe in what he played against.
Yeah.
Why?
Why should I? Like, I don't know none of those defenses are top defenses in college football.
You believe in Justin Fields after the season he had this year?
Right.
What you mean after the season he had this year? He still completed 70% of his passes, right?
Yeah, and then all the games that it mattered, he was fucking trash.
What you mean? Against Clemson, he was trash?
Bruh, against Northwestern, this nigga was trash.
Now, against Northwestern, yes, that's a bad game. Yeah.
I can't. And
I will say that.
I ain't gonna hold him accountable. He can't be bad against Northwestern.
I understand, but y'all ain't holding that. A lot of people ain't holding that same shit against Trevor Lawrence when he playing against Coastal Carolina.
Nobody is holding anything against Trevor Lawrence.
Exactly. We already stated that. Yeah, we already stated that.
But what I'm saying is, don't just put it up against when we talking about Justin Fields because he had 2 bad games. He had a better year last year than any of these quarterbacks ever had. Period. You go look
how
at
you figure.
What you mean how I figure?
Did he win the championship?
What you mean how I figure?
Did he win the championship?
Look at the stats. Look at the stats.
Did he win the ship?
Oh, okay. So Trent Dilfer was the best quarterback when they won a Super Bowl too.
Did he win the Player of the Year?
Oh, so now you want to move the goalposts. He won a chip though.
Who?
Trent Dilfer won the Super Bowl, so now he's the best.
I'm talking about Justin Fields. Did he win?
I'm making a point and an illustration saying that just because you won the championship does not mean you had the best year. That means your team had the best year, not you as a player.
If Justin Fields comes to the league and then don't win a Super Bowl, what argument does he have against Trent Dilfer? Nothing.
Oh, okay. Great. So Trent Dilfer is a better player than Stephen McNair, too.
I wouldn't say that.
Oh, okay. There it is. He got a lot of arguments.
But
Then
guess,
if he
but
does,
guess what? Guess what?
if
Guess
he's
what
that
he
type
got
of
on
Justin
player,
Fields hasn't played, bro.
exactly.
that's all. That's all
Steve
I'm saying.
McNair
That's all
had.
I'm saying. I'm talking about
What
what
I'm
you did
saying
on the
is,
field, not what your team did. Winning championships is a
I'm
team
a,
accomplishment.
I'm a criticize. If I'm gonna criticize Zach Wilson for the way he played, I gotta criticize Justin Fields the same way,
Correct.
especially when he didn't win a ship or the Heisman. So them boys on the same playing field to me.
Yeah.
I don't
just
see
don't
what he
see it
did
that
that
way.
was much better.
I just don't see it that way.
And he went to Ohio State. So the track record says he's gonna be trash in the league.
Boy, he loved that. That is, he is. One of your quarterbacks gonna have to prove that is not true.
For real. These quarterbacks from these smaller schools be the ones that be doing it.
That's a true story. That's a true story. I ain't gonna lie. I ain't gonna argue that. Like, hey, somebody gonna have to debunk whatever that is.
Now, I do think Justin Fields, he has the potential. Justin Fields, he got the potential, but all these quarterbacks do, I guess.
Yeah, that's facts. Just transitioning over real quick to the NBA. We had Kevin Durant come back, go 5 for 5, balling out of control. You had Embiid come back, did his thing. What's going to happen with the East, man? Is it just the Nets and everybody else, or does Philly got a shot, or what? Like, what's going to happen? Who's gonna come out the East is what I'm saying. Who's coming out the East? Period. Point blank.
I don't know. I'm scared for the Nets. I'm scared for the Nets simply because they can't stay healthy, bro. They can't stay healthy. It's like,
as a unit, you mean?
Yeah, like as a cohesive unit. Now, them all healthy, all together in the playoffs, I find it very unlikely that somebody is gonna beat them because they loaded, and now they got a deep bench. They loaded. I still don't think they play the best defense, but I feel like that's why they added people who can score on the bench, like a LaMarcus Aldridge, so that can help them out there. But it's just KD came out and did what we thought he was gonna do. But what happens when they like, oh, that shit is sore again? Hamstring injuries, one thing we know in the league, hamstring injuries linger the whole year. Now James Harden got a hamstring injury. It's tough. I felt like they can't win without KD. They damn sure can't win without James Harden in the playoffs. I don't think. If KD not 100%, they damn sure can't win without him. And this nigga Kyrie is just fucking flip of the fucking coin, man. Hey, one day he'll be out because he might be sick. The next day he might be out because his dog died. Then he might miss 3 games because they ain't have his favorite cereal at Whole Foods or something. I don't know what the hell be going on with this dude. But whatever it is, all jokes aside, the only thing that he has shown them is, nigga, we can't depend on you. We can't depend on you. We can depend on KD when he healthy. We can depend on James Harden when he healthy. Them boys can't depend on Kyrie, man. So I think health is the only thing. No, health is what's scaring me about Brooklyn. That's the only thing. Health. I think if they're unhealthy in any way, the Sixers will probably win if Embiid is healthy. I think the Sixers. But if them boys healthy, ain't no way they lose, man. They better not lose if they healthy, or I'm gonna have some jokes for that ass, boy. Ain't no fucking way.
Sean, is it the Nets and everybody else or not?
We've seen them in the playoffs. What is the difference here?
What you say?
What you seen them in
the playoffs?
Seen who in the playoffs?
Embiid and the Sixers. We've seen them. What's the difference this year?
Doc Rivers.
Oh, buddy,
No,
Embiid is a MVP candidate this year.
He got a new coach now.
Yeah, this man playing MVP like ball. He's definitely been an MVP candidate this year. They
He
had
balls
him
out every
probably
year.
winning.
No,
Huh?
he's definitely
Nah,
not.
he ain't been that
Nah,
every
not
year.
every
Now,
year.
Rihanna, you can't say
I
that.
said he balls out every year. I never said he did this every year, but he does. He balls out every year. He balls every
He a
year.
Yeah,
different dude this
he
year.
done. Yeah, he's a different dude this year. I expect him to carry it over into the playoffs. That's what I'm expecting.
Okay, so until I see it, I don't expect it from him. Until I see it, I don't expect it. I ain't seen it yet, so I don't expect it.
I feel you. So that means you ain't got no faith in Brooklyn because you expect James Harden to do what he done did in past playoffs.
Yeah, I don't got
But
no
if
faith
he
in James Harden.
does, oh,
I have no
never
faith in
mind.
Brooklyn. I don't got no faith in James Harden. No. I expect him to do what he do every year. Thirdly, Kevin is a different beast when it comes to the playoffs. He gonna play whether his hamstring hurt.
Oh no!
Hey, see what happened when she tried to throw in some bullshit?
We lost it. Oh
Nah, I'm fucking with you.
But go ahead. You good now, it look like.
Yeah.
Nope.
Oh no.
no! No, she is not good.
I don't think so, Brianna. I think they're gonna be a little more cautious with him this year because of everything that done happened.
Yeah, they just brought him off the bench the last game, which I was not ready for.
If they team is healthy, they could probably live with him
They're
coming off
trying
the
to
bench.
be healthy going into the playoffs, bro. That's all that matters.
They could probably live with him coming off the bench if the
I
whole
think
team
they can
healthy.
totally win without James Harden.
Win it all?
Yeah, win it all.
It's
Hell
possible.
no.
It's very possible.
No.
It's possible, man.
No.
Everything's the AC
It's
is
possible, but I don't
to
see it.
win. Anything's
I
possible.
like the far stretchness of what you about to say, Dave. But no, I think it's possible, bro. I think it's like straight up regular possible. They would just need a functional point guard. And Kyrie could handle the ball. Would he want to? No. But if they had a dude that was just a functional point guard, I think they should be okay. Because KD gives you what you need in the playoffs. The playoffs is the issue. You know, even if James doesn't do what James is going to do, KD should be pretty consistent as long as he's healthy enough to play the minutes that's required for them to win. Because he has to play a certain amount of minutes for them to win, even with James Harden. That's why I'm saying KD is important in the playoffs. They need him definitely in the playoffs.
Do you think they can win if he's not 100%? If KD's not
KD?
100%? I'm talking about win it all.
If he's like 80, I think it's still possible. It'll be tough, and then it'll just depend on what the other dudes can bring, like Blake and LaMarcus. But other than that, I think it's very possible, dude. I don't think it's impossible. I just think it would be more of a lock. People would feel better about it if James is 100%. But if they have a decent point guard, like I don't know who's the backup point guard.
Somebody who's irrelevant.
Hey,
because they got all these other niggas.
Buddy is the backup point guard. Buddy.
And sometimes all you need is a serviceable point. He doesn't have to be crazy. Kyrie will give you the crazy numbers, and so will KD. If the other dudes score like they can, that should be enough. The reason they say about the defense is just because even without James, they blew the Pelicans out. But you know, the Pelicans defense goes from being good to being stinky in a game, dude. Like there's no consistency to the defense that the Pelicans can play. The problem is all the points that they put up. They put up a lot of points. And do you have enough people on your team to put up those points? Let's say they play a better defensive team and they still get 120. Do you have enough people to do 120?
Do you think they could win You think they could win a championship having to score 120 points every game?
I don't know if it has to be every game. Like, because of the way they score and the way the team scores the ball, bro. Like, they're a high efficiency team. They shoot a lot. They put a lot on the board. So I'm saying, even if they have a bad 3-point night or whatever the case may be, the dudes that can get twos get twos. Kyrie can get twos, KD can get twos, Blake can get twos, LaMarcus can get twos. The other dudes that was there before them could get twos. Like sometimes the game turns into that. That's how Utah lost the other night, even when they kept it close against Phoenix. Even when they kept it close, they lost because they couldn't hit any threes. You know, they only hit like 11 even through the overtime, and they usually hit 17 a game. So when you need, because sometimes the three just ain't it. Like everybody falls in love with it, and it looks good when the Warriors played the way they played. It looked like every time you shoot, it's going in. But when it's not going in, sometimes you just need somebody that can get a bucket. They have people that can get a bucket on Brooklyn, bro. Like can get their own shot bucket. LaMarcus Aldridge is still tall. He still got that fadeaway he's been shooting this whole time.
That's well and good when it's in the East, but when it's in the West, a lot of big men can play.
But they only have to go through the East, bro. I'm not talking about
the West. Biggest thing is now with these dudes with these nagging injuries, it's okay if you scoring 120, but if you giving it right back to the other team, that's what make it tough. So like having to go out there and score, let's say, because I definitely believe they're capable of scoring like 100 plus points tonight. But if you giving the same thing up to the other team, that's where I think it falls. It's just like if these dudes wouldn't have got hurt, it would have been one thing. If they come back 100% healthy, I'll feel some type of way. But especially with like KD, I ain't saying he's a super all-star defender, but he was the best defender on that team at one point besides Spencer Dinwiddie. Spencer Dinwiddie hurt, and now you can't make KD do but so much, even when the playoffs come, because you always going to have to be aware of that. Kyrie, hey, I love Kyrie. I never thought of him as a good defender, and I'll never think of James Harden as a good defender. I feel like they give effort, but I feel like in the playoffs, especially like against the Sixers, that's where the pressure is going to be because LaMarcus Aldridge and Blake Griffin, them boys ain't known for defense neither. Both of them was known for scoring the ball. You know what I'm saying? So it's going to be like when you need to get a stop multiple times in a series, like, are they going to be able to do it all the time? Or is this going to be the first stupid offensive team like that we see win the championship and they ain't got to worry about defense?
I feel
sometimes the stops at certain times matter. It don't have to be like you clamp them down all game. It just got to be at certain point.
Yeah, definitely. But
helped out.
In the playoffs, you got to get consistent stops too. That's the biggest thing for me because you don't want to be a team that you should have beat in 4 or 5. You don't want to keep dragging it out to 7. That's my biggest thing with them because eventually them legs going to get tired. And one thing you don't need is your best player stress on a lot of his legs. Because like you said, you're going to need him. You're going to need KD.
Yeah. One of the viewers, my man Ralph, appreciate you, Ralph, for watching. He said that they just haven't had enough time to mesh together, so he don't see them really winning the championship. The short version of what he said. He said history shows that you need to have more time. They only going to have like 15 games to play. But since my guy just joined, my man Shamari just jumped in. Got to get his opinion on this. Introducing him to the group. This is my guy Shamari. He is going to do I Said It timeout live today. But what you think, man? Is it the Nets and everybody else, or you see somebody else coming out the East?
Man, I like all y'all takes for real. I mean, what y'all didn't bring up was Milwaukee, which I'm surprised because I feel like, if you play the same team 4 times at least, or possibly 7, you get to strategize on them. So I feel like what they're going to do against Giannis, if they got to face Giannis, and like y'all said, they're already defensively challenged. So I'm concerned about them against Milwaukee or Philly, for real. I do think, though, if they get out of the East, it's going to be tough to beat them. Like, if the Lakers got to face them, they deep, especially, like I said, if they all healthy now. But we all healthy, too. I'm big LeBron, so I'm going to say we for the Lakers. If we all healthy, it's going to be tough. But, yeah, The chemistry though, that's a challenge. Like y'all said, they ain't play together a lot, but man, they just picked up too many pieces. For me, they too deep. They was deep when they just had KD and Kyrie. Then you added James Harden and Joe Harris is hooping and Aldridge and Blake. It's just they too deep. So
Them niggas better win, man. They better win.
Listen,
That's all I got.
first of all, Brianna was peeking over her
I
shoulder.
agree. I wouldn't say it's the Nets. I wouldn't say it's the Nets not being healthy. If they all healthy, we did this like a couple weeks ago. The big if. It's LA and Brooklyn, period, point blank. But as we stand right now, LA ain't really gonna make it. Brooklyn ain't gonna make it. Let's just be all the way honest. Brooklyn is not gonna make it. Not 100%, bro. Now you can't do the what if, like you can't just be 85% like LeBron. KD can't be 85%, Brianna. He can't be. He got to be down there 100% in the finals, bro. He got to go all the way in, and then I can see that. But ain't no way no West team. No, and I'm putting it all on the West. They ain't gonna fuck with no West team not close to 100%. But coming out the East, I see Philly, man. But I ain't sleeping on Beantown either. A lot of people ain't speaking on the Beans, man. And they can slide right into that third or fourth spot and be in there because they probably play one of these teams. To be honest with you, they might play a Philly. They might play a. I'm just scared of Doc for real more than Embiid, just because I know Doc. When you get in them playoff situations, Doc been around the block a couple times.
Doc got to play in the game.
Yeah, Doc got a ring. Doc know how to break it down defensively and offensively. So he gonna take your best strengths, even though he's not dribbling the ball. He has dribbled that ball before. The thing is, you got 3 all-stars on that squad too.
Clippers lost.
Clippers, man, they came in. They was messed up mentally. That's last year. You talking about old news. You talking about old news. We talking about this season. So, you know what I'm saying? With that being said, either way it goes.
You're talking about Doc like Doc out there playing the basketball game and you scared he about to strategize the Philadelphia 76ers into a win. And I said the same Doc Rivers was the coach of the Clippers last year. And look what happened to the Doc ain't playing. He can only tell you how to win a basketball game. He can't play the game for you. That's what I'm talking about.
That is true. But you had 2 superstars. You really only had one. One was out mentally, out of there. So you only had one. These guys got 4 all-stars. You got LaMarcus, who's been around the block. You got James, been around the block. You got KD. I mean, you can't sleep on them. But what I'm saying is,
Doc ain't their coach, bro.
Huh?
Doc is not their coach. Doc is.
I know we're breaking down both teams. We're breaking down both teams. But you got 2 all-stars with Ben Simmons and Joel. And ain't nobody on the Nets gonna stop Joel. Period, point blank.
That's true. They don't got nobody that can guard, man.
They ain't got nobody to guard him. Jordan, he gonna foul out. Blake can't, man. I'll body Blake. I elbow his ass in the stomach a couple times.
Big elbow.
I'm just saying, I understand what you're saying as far as the coaches don't play the game. True indeed. But they are the strategy, man. So we don't give big ups to Phil Jackson. We don't give big ups to Pat Riley. We don't get, you know what I'm saying? It's still they coach the game, bro.
We give big ups to them when their teams win. When they don't win, you say they're good coaches.
But to his point, Doc Rivers has won.
What I'm saying is when they don't win that year, you don't talk about them being a genius. You only talk about them being geniuses the year they won.
Not necessarily.
Yeah, you do, bro.
Look at his paperwork, though. Like, everywhere Doc Rivers been to, he been successful.
Yeah, everybody can be successful. That doesn't mean they're gonna win. Is what I'm saying. That doesn't mean they're gonna win.
All successful coaches don't win every year. Only one coach can win every year.
I agree. But what I'm saying is saying that you're worried about Doc Rivers as if to say like Doc is gonna come up with some secret formula They get
could
Philly
be.
over
That's
the
just
top.
like,
But think about it. It could work in that situation because you got a first-year head coach in Steve Nash.
man,
You
Steve
think
Nash
it could work?
deserve it.
Oh, you mean with them playing each other and they don't?
As
Yeah,
far, I'm
so
talking
that's
about
gonna
as
become
far
a
as like
factor.
the
Mhm.
game plans, as far as game plans, because
Yeah, but
coaches
in the
versus
end, it
coaching.
comes down to player for player, bro. Who has the more
And,
talented
and
team?
that's what I was getting to. So who gonna stop Joel? Period. Point blank. Those
who gonna
guys
stop
can
Ben
put up
Simmons?
100 just as well as the Nets. But as Shamari was saying, we are sleeping on Milwaukee. But you know what I'm saying? You can box Giannis though, man. That's one that you can put up a
You can
good ass
try.
ball with
You can
Giannis
try to box them, but with that team, can you box them? That's the thing.
with the
KD,
Nets.
with KD not being 100, and with DeAndre Jordan be who he is,
He ain't
can't
been
who you
playing.
gonna box him with? James Harden and Kyrie?
No.
That's what
No.
I'm saying. So it depends on who,
That's a
but
good
so
point.
answer the
Matchup.
question though, it's kind of rough with everybody being hurt, bro, at this moment, right? So that's why I'm saying not just because of Doc, but that's make me favorite. That's just like Seattle. They got the 12th man, bro. You go playing in Seattle, that's them. The crowd don't play on the field either. But that 12th man brings a lot
It
to the damn
definitely
game.
means something. Because
Yeah.
niggas can't hear for shit.
That brings a lot. Arrowhead Stadium, that brings a lot to the game, bro. Doc Rivers gonna bring a lot to the game. So I would have to say right now with the roster set, I had to go with them. But with health, I'm going with the Nets, bro. But good point, Shamari, though. I
Yeah,
see you. Oh, here come Brianna. She about to put on her gloves, bro.
Yeah, she was looking
Oh,
over her
my.
shoulder like, no disrespect.
No, I'm not. But I just feel like, okay, so KD hasn't been 100% this whole entire time. He's been balling his ass off. He's been the best player on that team when James Harden is not on the floor. He's the best player on that team.
I agree.
And he has not been 100%. So I feel like even going into the playoffs, if he's at 80%, 85%, he's still going to do what KD does. That nigga's still going to get you 30 points.
In the playoffs?
Hey man, look.
Playoffs are
Ooh,
different things.
hey, can I say something?
Yeah.
Go ahead, Shamar. Go
So
ahead.
Brianna, KD done won 2 rings his whole career, and both of them was on the Golden State Warriors. He been getting 30 points damn near his whole career. Why he ain't won more championships? He always can give us 30. I don't think that's gonna be enough to say that, you know what I mean, that's gonna push. I think it's gonna be gotta be James and Kyrie. Because like you said, KD is a bucket, but that don't always mean nothing to me because he ain't win till he got with Steph and Clay and
He gonna D up LeBron.
Right. I'm just saying, like you said, that he had to come in and be 100%. That's what Sean said. He had to come into the playoffs and be 100%, but he's not been 100%. He's given us what he's going to give us no matter what.
True.
So I don't think him having to be he doesn't have to be 100% to go into the playoffs.
The only reason I disagree with you is only because he has to play. He has to play. When he has played, he has definitely been the player that we know him to be. But that's the biggest thing. He has to play. That's the thing. KD, that's why I feel, Sean, where like this man can't go in the playoffs at 80%. It can't be no what
This
if.
was a
It can't be
hamstring
no
injury that I don't think it lasted this long, but they didn't need him on the court, so they set him out some more. Like, we don't need you. He probably been 100% this whole time, but I don't need you because we're winning. I don't need you to come out.
I don't think it wasn't 100%. He even came out and said, yeah, I thought it was this, but then when we went and got it checked out, it was deeper than that. And this is somebody who already coming off an Achilles, and in the playoffs, in order for teams to win, the teams that win, that the best player 99% of the time has to turn up their game. So in order for KD to go crazy, because he gonna get that 30, but KD, I need you to be 6'10", 6'11" when you out here playing against Jaylen Brown and other buddy from the Celtics. And I need you to be that when we playing. Yeah, Jason Tatum. And I need you to be that when we playing against Giannis, because you is the closest person to Giannis that we gonna have. And that ain't nothing against KD, but you can't put all that pressure on him if he not 100%.
But that's the thing. He has a whole team behind him that if them niggas are playing, he shouldn't have to be doing everything.
But then if that's the
If
case,
I got Kyrie to the left of me and James Harden to the right of me, why do I gotta be giving you
I feel
100%
you,
when these niggas?
Whoa, because it's the playoffs.
It's because Giannis Antetokounmpo is fucking 7 feet, and this nigga
Nobody's
Joel
stopping
Embiid.
Giannis, just like nobody's stopping KD. If Giannis gonna shoot, Giannis gonna shoot. If KD gonna
biggest
shoot,
thing
KD gonna
is-
shoot. It's going in no matter what. It's happening.
The biggest thing is you
Bucket.
gotta have it.
Bucket.
You gotta have it.
Bucket.
That's what's happening.
Because if that was the case,
You're not
if that was
stopping
the
him.
case, if that was the case, he would have won in OKC because he
But I'm-
averaged 30 when he went with them.
Good
Yeah,
point.
You gotta have
he
more.
could have won it in
best-
OKC.
your
I feel
best
like they could
player-
have done it in OKC.
Your
He left
best
OKC.
player, your best player has to give you more. If not, if he go by what you thinking, then he just be Carmelo Anthony. Because Carmelo Anthony felt like I'm giving y'all 30 a night. Why do I need to do something else? My team should be able to pick up the slack. But no, you the best player. You have to, it starts with you. The biggest thing is, I don't think it's that KD doesn't want to do it. Because I think if he was 100%,
I think
he would
does
do
wanna
it for
I
sure.
agree.
Yeah.
He's gonna do it
But
regardless.
it's just with him not being healthy, if he not able to do it, it just hurts his team, bruh. Because he's KD.
I feel like as long as they put him on the floor and allow him to do what he's going to do, the team is going to be set. We don't need to worry about if KD gonna get out there and do what KD gonna do. Is James Harden gonna get out there and do what James Harden gonna do? Is Kyrie gonna show up?
No.
These are the things that we need to worry about. We don't need to worry about if KD. We know
that's the whole point,
But
though.
that's the whole point. That's why he needs to be
Exactly.
100%.
That's why he need to be 100%. Because if they not,
That's the whole
then it
point.
fall on him. It falls on your best player. That's part of, when you considered one of the top 2 players in the world.
And I feel like if it does fall on him, I feel like he's going to step up. And I feel like he will step up. But
And what I'm saying is, if he's not healthy, I feel like they can't put it on him like that. That's what I'm saying. Because you don't want something that happened in Golden State to happen again. Because people still hate Golden State for that shit. Because they know they was wrong. I'm mad at Golden State for that shit. They know they shouldn't have played that man like that. And they did it. And he done had to sit out a whole year. And now he going through some whole other shit. So
you can't be mad at
Brooklyn
Golden State for that.
I'm mad at Golden State because they the ones at some point the team has to, because all these players gonna feel like, bruh, I'm hurt, I'm not injured. You know what I'm saying? So they gonna feel like it's the player in them to go out there and play. It's up to, at some point, these boys got to protect you from yourself at that point. Like, bruh, you are more important to us than just going out there this one game. You know what I'm saying? And I feel like because Golden State fumbled so bad with that, Brooklyn know they can't do that shit with KD. They know they can't do that shit with this man. Or it's going to be some shit. If they just throw KD out there and he not 100% and try to put that workload on him, and that nigga fuck around and get hurt again,
Correct.
oh yeah, they're going to have to hang Brooklyn for that shit, bro. So I'm hoping he be 100%. But I feel like if he's not, they can't put the burden on him, and the burden needs to be on him because he's the best player. I don't care what the fuck James Harden got going on or Kyrie got going on. KD is the best player on that team, regardless. James Harden having a hell of a year, but KD is the best player. And if they gonna win, and they gotta win on that man's shoulders, bro. They definitely got to.
Good point.
He definitely got more than enough talent to be able to help him out, though. I'll
Yeah.
say that. Them niggas
Yeah.
is deep.
They'll make up for it on the offensive side, I'm sure. But hey, it's hard to replace fucking 6'11", 7 feet, bro. That shit hard.
It's true. And they can shoot from 40. I mean,
Yeah. That
he
shit
got a lot
hard.
going on, man. He got a lot going on. He can
He
do it
a
all.
lot. He do a lot for them teams, bro. That's why he gotta be 100%, man. Gotta be.
Question piggybacking on what Shamari was saying. So why ain't nobody picked Milwaukee?
because of what
'Cause-
happened to Giannis in the playoffs in history.
Yeah.
Like
That
they're
go
going
back
off
to
of what
Brian
happened in
was
the
saying about James Harden.
Yeah, the same thing with James Harden. That's the whole reason why I said I couldn't come out and say that James Harden is the second best player in the world, because shit, he ain't did that shit in the playoffs, so I can't come up here and say that shit. Like, I have no proof of that. So they're doing the same thing. They holding them to the same standard that they hold all the other superstars to. If you're a superstar, you got to show up in the playoffs. You can't be out here lollygagging, bullshit, not playing defense, not even trying on defense, not really trying to win a championship. That's what the whole point is. Giannis doesn't have that problem. He just doesn't have the game to be able to advance deep into the playoffs because he can't shoot.
Yeah, he don't adapt to whatever they're doing.
He doesn't adapt. So when you have to, in order to win a championship, you have to adapt your game to be able to do multiple things. It can't just be stagnant, and you can't just go straight to the cup, or else LeBron would have won it 10, 15, 20 years ago when he was playing his rookie year. He ain't had no shot really like that. He was just going to the bowl, going straight to the cup. Boom, boom. And he could have won like that. But you can't. You got to be able to shoot. You got to be able to pass.
If
You got to be able
LeBron
to have a mid-range.
I feel like LeBron and Giannis a little different though. If LeBron would have had a team with LeBron just doing that, LeBron probably could have won that shit. The difference is even with LeBron team didn't win the finals, but they made it to the finals with LeBron being unstoppable, bro. And if Giannis, the biggest thing is if you're not gonna change your game, then nigga, you gotta be unstoppable when you do that shit, bro. Like that means that this wall shit, you gotta find a way around it. If you not gonna get a jump shot, you better find a way around it. The difference with LeBron was so big, nigga, you try to set up a wall in front of him, this nigga throw a shoulder into one of these niggas and they fucking go flying. Same thing with Shaq, man. This nigga hit a nigga with an elbow, you can try to double team him, but when this nigga get to throwing them big 325-pound elbows at you and shit, you can't fucking stop it. Shit was unstoppable.
They never tried to play LeBron like that. They didn't try the whole wall. The reason they play Giannis like that is he don't shoot at all. Or he didn't until he started shooting like 2 seasons ago. He didn't shoot at all. And in the playoffs, he gets more worried about his jump shot because it matters more in the playoffs. So it really goes down the tubes during the playoffs. The wall is really easy if you can shoot. He just can't shoot. And the other dudes don't make the shot. The point of the wall is to make one of the other dudes beat you, and they don't make the shot when they need to make it either.
That boy just need to get a sky hook, bro. That's all he needs. Fucking sky hook.
He need a mid-range jumper.
Player of all time.
He'd be in there. If he had just a good
Oh,
floater.
if he had a little floater, I don't understand how he don't got a floater. These long ass arms, this nigga's gonna start his float like 3 feet from the rim.
That's my point, though, bro. If he could do a floater, that wall means nothing.
Yeah, like he right there.
Right there,
but that's my thing. But to Blair's point, like if you not gonna work on your game, well then you need to find a way to make what you do unstoppable. If this is your move, you need to find a way, like no matter what they do, I'm gonna get off my move or get better. That's the only other way you can do it, is get better. That's what all the other players did. Niggas just got better, except for niggas shooting the sky hook, because nigga nobody could block the shit. Well, if you ain't gonna do that, nigga, you gotta do one of the other two.
His jumper's coming along. I don't think he had a very
He's
strong.
He's still young. He only like 26.
25. He turned 26 yet?
20. I don't know. I know he's just around. Yeah, I just know he's around that age.
A really young dude, bro. For what he is and where how he came on the scene, he's still a young guy.
Hey, can I hit y'all with this hot take?
I was about to throw you the hot take real quick.
I heard you had a meme.
I told him what your hot take is.
Hot take.
Man, this might be the hottest take y'all done heard in a long time, man. I'm the biggest LeBron fan, and I this came to me the other day.
I don't know. This nigga Chris is.
Man, me and Chris
jealous.
2011 NBA Finals, where everybody talk about my boy Choke. Man, he ain't choked, man. He sabotaged that.
What?
Bron sabotaged that, bro, because now wait till I tell y'all the reason. It's so deep that this is, man, LeBron James intentionally lost the 2011 NBA Finals.
Hold on, can I pause you real quick? So
Yeah.
you ain't smoke no herbal, right?
No herb. Hey, this is a clear-headed.
So you trying to tell us? He telling us this came from a sober mind.
My man's intentionally lost the finals because of history. Because he knew that if Dwayne Wade won that finals MVP, he would never be in the GOAT conversation. Scottie Pippen ain't never won no finals MVP. You can't go to the Miami Heat, leave your team, and then Dwayne Wade was averaging more points than him. Dwayne Wade had more blocks. Like, Dwayne Wade was having a great series. And even though LeBron carried them there, all it took was Dwayne Wade having a better series. So LeBron realized, like, damn, I'm going to get crucified for this by the Skip Baylesses, by everybody who says, I wouldn't join this team. I ain't even win the final. You can't be the GOAT and go to a team and not win the finals MVP. So LeBron, I ain't saying he like started, point shaving, but he realized, like, man, lose this finals, it's just my second lost finals, or let Dwayne Wade win this MVP when I know Dwayne Wade's knee's gonna be done by next year, and I can just take the cake. Hey, y'all, what other explanation do you have for this?
Look, man. Look, man.
Wait a minute. I thought you were about to
Hold
come
on.
with some other
Hold
shit.
on.
He said
History.
Hold on. So, hold on. You telling me LeBron feel like this was going to affect his legacy as being the GOAT? Okay, so Jordan ain't win shit but individual accolades until Scottie came and he got a good team. Man, none of that shit ain't hurt Jordan's legacy. Kobe
they don't talk about that.
Hold on. Kobe three-peated with Shaq, who is considered the most dominant big man in the NBA. It did not affect Kobe's legacy at all. Some people still consider him in the GOAT conversation. LeBron lost more finals than he won. Guess what? He still be considered in the GOAT conversation. I ain't giving LeBron an excuse for losing to the Mavs because I didn't give Kobe an excuse that year for losing to the Mavs. I didn't give nobody in the West an excuse. Those Mavs were fucking good, nigga. A lot of people don't want to just sit here and say that shit. Them niggas was good. Them niggas was good as fuck.
So you don't think that LeBron knew that if D-Wade won that finals, man?
I can't.
Man.
Let's say D-Wade wins. What if D-Wade won two of them?
Hold on. LeBron, we consider LeBron to be the main reason that they won 2 out of the 4 finals they was there.
He is.
Guess what? It's still Wade County. That don't matter. It's still Wade County, and LeBron still is in a conversation that Wade is not.
If Dwayne Wade, that would have been Dwayne Wade's second finals MVP. That
would have been cool.
That would have been all right.
No, not for LeBron.
That would have been cool.
That would have been cool.
How? It wouldn't have surprised anybody because people had considered this team to be a super team. So if Mario Chalmers wins MVP, now that's gonna shock the fuck out some people. Niggas gonna be like, all right, what the fuck Brian had going on? Right. This nigga fucking Mario Chalmers, fucking even Chris Bosh. Even if Chris Bosh would have won MVP, niggas would have been like, all right, now this nigga Brian on some bullshit. But D-Wade, if D-Wade win the finals MVP,
nobody's complaining about that.
I don't think nobody's pissed at all.
LeBron GOAT fans are the argument is less.
No.
I'm trying to tell y'all, bro. It's less.
No.
So you saying that your idea is that LeBron thought he was the GOAT then, and he has just been making his career mirror what he thought a GOAT should look like.
Yes, there you go.
You telling me
he had the pettiness in him to throw a finals. So the finals MVP wouldn't go to D-Wade because they were in the same era of basketball?
Now you talking about
somebody close to him in
now
basketball.
you talking about
in
now
the
you
era
talking
that
about
he played in to be referenced in the same tone as him at all. So he was so petty, he was willing to throw a ring away and just scuttle the whole thing the first year so he could come and look like the man the next 2 years. So my question falls to you. What the hell happened in year number 4? Because that would have been a perfect time to tell everybody I'm the man. Was it because he didn't know D-Wade knees was going to be that bad? Like, is his scientific team not that good for D-Wade's knees? He didn't know he was going to be that bad? Is that what you're telling me? Because the first part of that sounds crazy compared to the rest of it. He spent 4 years there. Why only win 2 rings? What did his petty reasons for losing number 4? What was number 4 about?
That clearly he was the best. Like, it wasn't even like, you know what I'm saying? Like, at that point, LeBron was like another strategy.
What you mean? What you thought D-Wade was gonna do when Jason Terry and JJ Barrera is fucking guarding him?
D-Wade, he averaged 26. LeBron averaged 18.
That's what I'm saying. D-Wade is supposed to eat against these
but here's
niggas,
the thing, though. Even if he averaged 26 and LeBron had his 28, they started off at 0. Even if he had a 26-point game and LeBron had an 18-point game, he continued to suck it the rest of the series. Those numbers didn't become averages until the series was finished. They could have been changed at any time if he didn't suck.
Yes, let's say when the Heat go down 3-2, if LeBron turns up the last 2 games, he win final MVP.
Maybe.
He win final
guess what?
MVP.
They robbed him of the regular season MVP. Everybody say that, right? They was
Everybody
LeBron that whole year because of what
all the great players. All the great players.
No, you cannot bring up a regular season robbery in reference to LeBron James.
Jordan got robbed. Kobe got robbed. LeBron got robbed.
But this was a power move, though. The owners and everybody was mad at LeBron for what he did, the decision.
Why do you think they didn't give it to Jordan? They was tired of giving him that shit. Not because he wasn't the best player in the league. They just didn't want to give it to him.
Jordan retired in the middle of his career, man. Like, Jordan gave, you know what I mean? That's a different.
I'm one.
Jordan was the best basketball player every year he played basketball. What are you talking about?
Except for when he went to the Wizards. That's the only time.
When he came back, because Olajuwon was the best player in the world.
And Shamari, and Shamari, to your credit,
that wasn't the whole season. We ain't looking at that.
He shouldn't have came back then, Blair. Hold on. His ass on the couch.
Hold on.
8 years Jordan played.
Did they not immediately get disqualified from the MVP race this year?
What you say?
When them dudes got hurt, all these dudes getting hurt, everybody like, man, it sucks. Joel Embiid, lost that game because he's gonna take his MVP. It sucks. LeBron got hurt because now he out the MVP race. Jordan was never in that race, bro. He didn't play the whole season. Why we not talking about those years that time?
Shamari, to your credit, I discredit Jordan. I've been on record to discredit Jordan because he retired. I'm on record like I bring that shit up. Like, hey, this nigga retired. Hey, it ain't nobody else's fault.
Hey man, hold on.
Wait a minute.
Hold on.
Wait.
Hey, I don't care. I don't care if he went to goddamn dig a hole to China. The nigga did this shit. I also hold on, but to make my point, even though he did all that, guess what? To Blair's point, hey, when he was playing, he was the best player. And some of them years, one of the years that he won a championship and his team was favored to win, Charles Barkley won MVP when Jordan was clearly the best player.
On the best team.
On the best team. And they still
I feel y'all. I ain't saying LeBron lost plenty of MVPs.
Kobe lost to Steve Nash, bruh.
So LeBron lost to Steve Nash. LeBron lost.
You see what I'm saying? So these niggas get robbed of MVPs all the time.
But I'm saying this one was clearly about like one thing though. That's all I'm saying. I'm saying you.
Wait a minute. Listen,
I don't think
Shamari,
LeBron tarnishing
What
his
is this one
legacy
thing you
like
speak
that.
of?
The decision.
What is this one thing you
It's the
speak
decision.
of?
I'm
he
saying that was the only
robbed
reason they
because
didn't give
of?
it to him that year.
But
If he
don't
stayed
you
in
think?
Cleveland and did them numbers, he
Oh,
won.
because he left Cleveland.
But don't you think
Yeah, that's it.
people would look at LeBron in a less light if he really threw the finals? Because a thing, a lot of people that people bring up with LeBron is the finals.
Niggas
So
say
you
that
think
though. That was
but you
the
think
Daniel, what's it? Gilbert Leonard though, right? He said LeBron quit in Boston. Like people say that about LeBron.
Shamari Payne is the first dude I have ever heard say that LeBron threw the finals
Hey,
against Dallas. I done heard people say he came up short. He didn't play like he was supposed to. I done
You
heard
heard a
it
lot
all.
of shit, but
Yeah,
that
but
ain't it.
I told y'all it was not. It was fresh
I
off
don't
the
think
grease,
it's-
bro.
I
Fresh
don't
off the
think it's
grease.
in LeBron. I don't think it's in LeBron DNA to throw no finals. Like that nigga go out there and take his ass whooping, dog. He do that. That's now that Dallas Mavericks, I feel like was the growing point for him in his career. You know, it's always different for different players. I feel like Kobe's own happened a little later because he had success early. It happened to Jordan early. He won everything except a championship. And they said, oh, and then he ran into the bad boy Pistons. And then it was like, oh, well, I'm good, but I need to get better. I need to lift these weights. LeBron, with him, it was like, hey, I'm good, but guess what? The best can be beat. So that means I need to come out here every game and get that bitch 100%, no matter how I feel, whether we gonna win or lose. And he done did that since then, winning and losing.
But he was doing that before then, bro. He just didn't have a squad. What I'm saying, bro, is that
you see it?
LeBron's legacy argument is it's his story. Like it, you know what I'm saying? Like y'all said, he'll never
let you respond
in the finals, all that shit. The reason LeBron's in the GOAT conversation because he brought Cleveland a ring, because he went to Miami, won 2 straight, went to 4 straight, went to 8 finals straight overall. Like, you know what I'm saying? That LeBron, he won in LA. It's his story. So, like, his story is not the same story if D Wade wins that first fight. That's all I'm saying.
Yes, it is. Because now we talking about you talking about he's 1 championship away from Jordan. And a lot of people say, bro, if he gets 6 rings, then he tied with Jordan, and then you can't go no farther because Jordan only went to 6. So why would he take a ring away from himself? Now, this is the same nigga that said not 3, not 4, not 5, not 6, not 7.
All right, so if Dwayne Wade won all them finals MVPs, is LeBron in the GOAT conversation? Hell no.
No, but guess what? LeBron ain't gonna give a flying fuck because he won 4 straight finals. So niggas is probably saying he's still better than that nigga because he would be one of the first niggas to have a 4-peat.
Bro. They would, you know what they would say? They would say Scottie Pippen never won a finals MVP, like they say right now. That's all they would say.
So what? But they also say Jordan wouldn't have won without Scottie. So they Scottie don't get his recognition.
You damn right.
What argument is that in? Like,
he would have lost the very
first
first
they say that
one.
all the time.
What does that mean though? Like,
nobody
ever
expected Pippen to win MVP. Even
he
when
damn
Jordan
sure could
was
have.
retired. Even the first time Jordan retired, you think niggas was thinking Scottie was gonna win MVP? No,
he came in 3rd or 2nd in the voting.
Yeah, he did.
But like I said, yeah, he almost won. But what I'm saying is nobody was expecting him to do that. So guess what? Everybody was like, "Oh shit, he came in 2nd or 3rd in voting." That's what's up, Scottie. Shit.
It's a Robin argument. That's all I'm saying. They like if Bron, you know what I'm saying,
you think he didn't want to?
D Wade supposed to be the Robin? At that point, he already had a ring.
He was still
without LeBron.
Player than
so
LeBron.
I don't understand. Like, what LeBron when he went to Miami, D Wade didn't go to Cleveland.
Because nobody wants to go to Cleveland, though. That's the reason. If Cleveland was in Miami and Miami was in Ohio, then I'm sure that nigga would have went there. Nobody wants to come to Cleveland.
But what I'm saying is he went and joined D Wade, who had already won a finals, everything without LeBron. How does that tank your image if he did it again? He did it once without you.
Yeah, that's.
So how does that tank? How does that tank the look? Especially when people already would said if they would have said LeBron was better than D Wade, they still would have said it. They would have just said D-Wade had a better final.
They would have said
Yeah.
that LeBron don't got the closer DNA. They would have said that he ain't.
Why?
That he ain't. You
Why?
feel me?
They
Like,
said
After
the same
that-
thing when he didn't win
Why?
it when D-Wade was balling.
Exactly. And then that argument stopped after he beat what's the name? After he beat
nah,
Golden
they say it
State.
about the Cleveland ring. They say like Kyrie took the shot. Like it don't stop, bro. Like
Bro, you
That
can't
is
take
right.
nothing. You can't
That's
take
right.
nothing from a
Right.
man that
Somebody will
average.
always get the shot, that chance for that shot. Though.
Yeah, like I mean, bro, somebody takes the shot sometimes. LeBron take it sometimes, just like Jordan took it sometimes, just like
Right.
Kobe took it sometimes. Derek Fisher and Robert Horry hit a lot of big shots. Steve
I
Kerr
agree
hit
with
a
y'all.
big
I'm just
shot.
telling y'all
John
what the
Paxson hit a big
naysayers
shot.
will say.
Nah, this is literally the first time I've ever heard this conspiracy theory.
I've never heard this one ever.
I ain't
Listen,
never heard this one, dog.
Shamari, I can't lie, man. You know I'm the
And
biggest.
Chris-
I'm the
Yes.
biggest Bron fan out here, man. I cape from
You
a
don't see
from a
it?
guy because
Hey.
I don't tolerate no disrespect, bro.
Do you think
Ohio boy all
Brianna-
day.
Do you think Brianna will ever come out here and be like, KD didn't want these niggas to be like Russell Westbrook was running shit,
Oh, hey,
so
hey, bro,
he
you give me.
blew the lead to the Warriors, so that gave him an out.
You gave me the great point, bro. That's the perfect example, bro. Because what you said
Oh,
is when KD was with the Warriors in the media starts.
That don't make sense. It don't make
when
sense.
KD was
man.
hurt. When KD was hurt and the Warriors was still winning, and they would say like, "Oh, they don't need me." Like that's not a good feeling. That's all I'm trying to. That's the same. Like apply that to the LeBron
You think,
situation.
so you think that if
that
LeBron,
was horseshit because he won every time they was in the finals. That's why they won. It was because of KD.
No, but I'm saying in
Yeah.
the regular season
KD
they
took
was
them-
making them arguments, bro. Anytime
feel
KD would
like
miss games and Steph was still they was still
KD
moving.
but you gotta think about it. You have to be somewhat of a good team without it. Because remember, these dudes were champions without KD. So there's no reason for KD to feel like
But Draymond
they
said that
gonna
to that
win
nigga.
without
He said,
you.
"We don't need you. We won without you." Like,
Okay, but KD already knew that. They already won without him.
but I'm saying that he was
It's a great
offended by that. That's why he left, right? That's what the you know what I mean. Everybody
So
said.
you think LeBron would have been offended by winning a ring?
Hey, alpha male shit. Yes, if you win and you not the Finals MVP, and like now at this point in his career, yeah, Anthony Davis can win. That shit wouldn't matter to LeBron. But at that point in your career, and you ain't won a ring yet, and you supposed to be, you was already being mentioned with the GOAT, bro.
Okay. This my last thing. So if he felt like that at that point, why, when after all this junk done happened with Cleveland, they done burned his jersey, he feel like the biggest butthole. So he came back. Why do he let Kyrie take the shot instead of him taking the shot for his hometown so everybody can be like, yeah, nigga, I'm LeBron. I did that shit. I'm fucking this. I'm fucking that. You know why? Because this nigga know it don't fucking matter. Because as long as we fucking win, everybody gonna be like, a big reason of that shit is because I'm fucking LeBron James, nigga.
LeBron has led every statistical category in that series.
Exactly the point. Exactly the
Like,
point.
And then, like I said, that being his learning season, he don't have no reason to be mad at D-Wade if thoroughly throughout the series, D-Wade has had the better matchup than he had. And it wasn't like LeBron was averaging like 9 points or something. He averaged 19, but he was still getting rebounds and assists, bro.
Turnovers was bad. I don't know. It just, hey, that's my take. I'm sticking to it. If y'all don't agree with it,
Listen, man.
I think it's
Stick
solid.
to your shit, because you the only nigga sticking to it.
Stick to it, that's right.
Stick to that shit. That's what I'm talking about. I tried
Don't
to
be
turn
sticking to that shit. Get that shit up. Okay, that shit right there. You know I'm the biggest LeBron fan with you, man. I'm right there with you. I ain't gonna never in my fucking life believe that shit. Come on, Shamari. I thought you was gonna come harder than that.
man.
Goddamn, if you knew, I told you came on this show, they was gonna go at your neck. Now they don't play no games on this motherfucking
look,
show.
man.
Now.
Hey,
Hey,
y'all
we
cutthroat.
gonna have to break out the saddle for you, man.
Man,
Brianna,
Jesus
Brianna,
Christ.
let Shamari hold your saddle. I think we found a new dick rider out here. Think we done found him. God damn.
Listen, man. Wow. And it was
What did the
perfect that you
comments
guys
say?
was talking about KD. I know Brianna's probably doing something right now. But I told her while we was having this conversation to go look at the comment section because it looks like Ralph was coming at her boy. He said basically the gist is that he ain't do shit without having a stacked team. Who the hell was he before he had his stacked team? He can't do shit without a stacked team. These are valid points that he's presenting, but
all right.
you may go ahead and respond, Brianna, because
she
yeah,
back?
you got
I
the
didn't know
floor.
she was back.
Do your thing.
Where is the valid point at? I don't see
That's
the
what I
valid
just
point.
said. That's what I just said. I'm like, what makes that shit valid?
Nothing was valid.
What is the point that he's trying to make?
I think the thing that he's trying to correlate here is the expectation for KD isn't basically the same as a LeBron, a Michael, and so forth.
That's a first.
LeBron and Michael Jordan deemed Kobe Bryant, they all deemed the leaders. They knew they wanted to be the leader of their team. They were the leader. This nigga never said he was a leader. This nigga said, I want to play basketball. I'm gonna go out there and do what the fuck I gotta do, which is what he does every game. I do what I gotta do, and I go the fuck home. I'm here to play basketball. I ain't here to lead y'all niggas. Fuck all y'all niggas. I'm doing what I gotta do.
All right.
Period.
Him not being a leader, that's a whole story for another day. But whether he wants to be the leader or not, that doesn't take away what people are going to expect of you when you're the caliber of player that Kevin Durant is. As much as I agree, he didn't win nothing until he went to Golden State. That is fact. He only got 2 rings. 2 rings was with Golden State. But guess what? It was a reason that they called fucking Kevin Durant. One of the biggest reasons probably because they couldn't call LeBron. So who's number 1 and number 2? Who we consider most of the time the second best player in the league? Kevin Durant. Because it means a lot. This nigga was a 4-time scoring champion. That shit means a lot, bro. As much as KD didn't win in OKC, we didn't say it was because KD wasn't motherfucking balling. It was the rift between him and Russ. Russ making bad decisions. Maybe him not demanding the ball more so he could do more of what we know him to do. But KD, I talk shit about KD, but look, man, you got to give credit where credit is due.
And my thing is, any team he goes to, he's the best player on that team. He went to Golden State. He was the best player in Golden State. He was the best player in OKC. He's the best player in Brooklyn.
That's true.
Any team he goes to, he's the best player on that team.
That is true. And that's true. That's facts. That's facts.
I had to give her the floor because I know that that's why I had to let her know. I wasn't going to just burst out and say like, hey, go look at the comments. I'm like, hey, you might want to go look at the comments and respond to that. Let me know if you want to respond because KD's her man's. So I told him in the comments, I said, hey, she going to come for your neck now, bro.
All right. I gotta ride with Brianna on that one.
And what he said was, this was his response.
You be doing too, Shamari, but
he said, all I'm saying is when he was at OKC, what happened?
They went to the finals.
Yeah, he lost. And then they blew a 3-1 lead.
And did they go?
He got there. But he got there.
He got
definitely got there. Yeah, they got there.
They were young when they went.
So
definitely got there.
Gotta say the same thing for LeBron. He got there too. That's my
Yeah.
thing.
He got
But
there with
see,
some
I
balls.
don't, I don't take away.
LeBron that though.
I don't take away.
We wasn't even talking about LeBron, man.
But see,
I
but
always
hold
do
on.
bring up LeBron, dude.
Hold on, Blair.
Said anything
Hold on,
about
Blair.
LeBron.
Hold
And
on,
you
Blair.
instantly like, well, they gotta say that about
Hold on,
LeBron.
Blair.
They already said it about LeBron.
Hold on,
Man,
Blair.
y'all got,
This
y'all
is
got,
hold
when you
on.
in that
Hold
rating,
on.
you gotta say the same thing.
But just like I can't take away from KD because of that, because I don't take away from LeBron for that neither. I don't take away from neither one of them for that. KD took his young team to the finals and got smacked. LeBron took his self and some other dudes to the finals and they got smacked.
Hey,
They got
but
smacked,
KD
man.
was favored in that finals though. KD had a
Yes,
squad.
if people
They was
don't
favored.
remember,
Russell Westbrook
Bruh.
ended up winning MVP. James Harden won the MVP in his career, or
Bruh.
Baca was an all-star. They had a squad.
So
They was
everybody
listen, we're not
on
gonna
this
start
panel,
this today. We're not
No,
gonna start this today. We're not
everybody
gonna
on this
start this
panel
today.
right now.
We know what you're saying.
please
I know what you're saying. I know what you're
raise your
saying.
hand.
Just
Raise your
pump it
hand
in.
if you had the Thunder beating the Heat in that series. Raise your hand. All right, I rest my case. I ain't think nobody, not even Brianna, had them beating the Heat. And that's her favorite and that's her team.
It is her team.
But
She
Why
ain't
we
had
don't
them
know.
raise
beat
your
the
hand if you knew
Come on.
Dwayne Wade's knees was done that year. Yeah.
They was, nigga.
They really was.
We
I
both
didn't know it was
right.
gonna be that fast, man. That was sad to watch.
Let's say, why the fuck you brought up LeBron?
Blair got quiet like I didn't say shit about LeBron, man.
They hate LeBron, man.
I ain't gonna lie.
I don't hate him.
I feel like Blair. I feel like Blair has a little disdain for LeBron.
I
Y'all
see it
yeah.
already.
I do. I don't think Blair. I think you dislike LeBron more than Brianna would dislike LeBron, only because you are a big Jordan fanatic. And people who like Jordan, hey, they usually really don't fuck with Bron like that. So, I can understand why.
It's a player personality thing, dude.
I
That ain't
see.
the player personality I would prefer. That's
I
all.
see.
Man.
I like all them niggas. I wish I played on any of them niggas' team. Shit.
I don't dislike him, but I'm just saying, like, it's a personality. People have different types and the way he plays, I'm like, that's cool. That's not like Jordan, though. I prefer people that play like Jordan. That's all.
You prefer.
It's a
Kobe.
He prefer.
Different.
He prefers the scorer's mentality, which is dope.
yeah. And at this point,
Dudes that like to go. I love Giannis, dude. I love the way Giannis plays. I think Giannis plays basketball how you should play it. Just exceptionally aggressive, like all the time. Now he can't shoot, but he ain't got to. Like, you don't have to when you can get to the rack like that. It just hurts in the playoffs. So these will be his moments, and in the next few, he might maybe get one.
I feel you, man. I dig the scorer's mentality too. I appreciate the way LeBron played too, though. I don't know if I like either one.
Bro, and LeBron is a very management-oriented style dude. This dude manages the game. He manages his stats. He manages all parts of basketball that he can. Because he does manage his stats, bro. He makes sure them shits line up to a certain stat amount, blah, blah, blah. We've watched him do that shit. So you know he manages all of that.
Do y'all think we would have liked LeBron still if he would have just played the way that, like, if he, let's say LeBron just had like a scorer's mentality, do you think he would have still been as successful?
Yeah.
Ooh.
I don't know.
I don't know.
I think he would have still been
I
successful.
don't know.
I personally believe that the extra part that you need over the scorer part sometimes is the part that wins the games. The part that he gave it up to somebody else, that's that extra effort that has to come from you.
I think LeBron.
I feel like that argument sounds good if he hadn't won as much as he did. But when you won as much as LeBron had, I feel like it waters that down a little bit.
Only when it counts, bro. Like, you can win a lot and still not win when it counts.
I know.
Championships.
Yeah, I know,
Okay, that's
cause
fair enough, Chris, but the numbers is what like the numbers.
because
of-
I know, like, I feel you, because not a lot of people played like LeBron except for maybe like Magic,
I feel
somebody
like
like that.
Magic definitely played like LeBron.
Mhm.
But
He
LeBron
had
averaged 27 for his career.
I think
though.
he had a
Like,
slightly more killer mentality than LeBron had, though.
that's a
What
scoring
did he say?
mentality. You like number 5
I don't think
points per
so.
game
I-
all time.
I don't think he has. I
I
don't think
hear you.
Magic had
I
a
feel
bigger killer mentality because Magic was a point guard. Like, I feel like I
Because
feel-
he was an
yeah,
official
yeah,
old school point
yeah.
guard.
Like he was like an old school point guard. I felt like with him, he is like, how can, and that's just I guess for them back in the day. How can I use my 6'8" to make me a better point guard versus, hey, I'm the most skilled dude on this court most of the time. I'ma just do this. And I feel like it probably worked better for his career because with a scorer, a lot of the times, I guess with us, either you great or you not. Because when we talk about scores, we automatically go to Jordan and Kobe, and everybody else pretty much fell way short under what you look at, even the ones that won championship.
Yeah, the champion. But there's some dudes out there that you 100% know was like AI. If he was 4
Yeah.
inches taller, dude would have been the
yeah.
absolute man. Like, it matters
Oh,
when
yeah.
it comes to
But
stuff like
I
that.
feel like even if AI would have been 4 inches taller, I feel like AI probably could have won a championship. One of the reasons is because his team was booty also. I don't want nobody to make me
Oh no,
want me
they
to be
were.
out here
They
and be
were,
like, yeah, like this nigga had Eric Snow and Theo fucking Ratliff and bullshit. But I feel like if he would have been 4 inches taller, I still feel like he wouldn't have won if he wouldn't have altered his game.
I feel like he
even
could have won one like D Wade won one, man.
think he would have just
Taller
like
and-
got one. Think he would have just at least got one playing like
One,
that.
bro. You get the right team at the right time, yeah, you can get one, man.
But this is the thing. Like, I kind of want back on the whole, like, he's not a scorer. He doesn't have the scorer's mentality, or like he's not like a closer or that like in a traditional sense. Like his closer is different. His closer is not only can I shoot this motherfucker, I'm gonna pass it to a dude that can shoot this motherfucker, and I know he gonna shoot it and he gonna make it because I passed it to him.
I don't think so. I think
he's a different kind of closer.
He's
a different kind of closer.
I don't think he's not.
His killer mentality is different from what the traditional sense is.
That's not a killer
I don't think so.
mentality.
Yeah, it is. Yeah, it is. Yeah, it is. Listen. Just quick story. If you ever watch Gilbert Arenas podcast, when he missed those free throws, LeBron was like, "Hey, if you miss these free throws in the playoff game, if you miss these free throws, you know the game winning shot, don't you?" He said, "What? Man, whatever." He said, "We are close. I'll go into the room and play cards with him and Damian Jones." He's like, "First of all, so I go up to the line and I miss the shot. They get the rebound, they call timeout. I know he ain't talking about Damian Jones because Damian Jones ain't played the whole game." He was like, LeBron wouldn't be that fucking petty. They put motherfucking Jones in the game. LeBron looked at him, was like, passing ball. Damian Jones hit the game-winning shot. Gilbert Arenas says, I was so fucked up after that, I couldn't even make free throws. I had to go to an Army vet to learn how to reshoot free throws.
And that's cool, but
that's a different kind of closer mentality.
Hold on. But what we're saying is you're kind of proving the point. He has a different mentality. It's a reason they only associate killer mentality to scorers, because scorers always want to score the ball. That's why they call them scorers. LeBron is a facilitator. That is his game.
That's the best part of his game.
He is probably the best facilitator we have ever seen. And that is okay. I feel like that's okay. every player is not a scorer. Scorers.
But how you
I don't
how
care.
you
But how
gonna
can
end
you
up
not
the
be a
all-time
scorer
leading
when you're the
scorer,
third
though?
all-time leading scorer of all
Yeah, that's what I was about to say.
time?
How you end up
That's
the all-time leading scorer?
that's
You're not a
fine.
scorer.
That's fine. But if LeBron
That doesn't
had
even make
just
sense. They don't go
but
together.
no,
That's what we're
listen.
saying.
If LeBron literally just had a scorer's mentality, then he would be number one in points. Because we know niggas can't stop LeBron going to the rim. But he
Right
doesn't
now.
think like that. He knows in his best interest to be a facilitator because he's going to be more productive that way. And there's nothing wrong with that. There's
Yeah,
nothing
there's nothing
wrong with that.
it.
But he don't just got like no killer scorer mentality. That's not his game.
Yeah,
It's
because
not
that's
his
not all
game.
he can do.
And that's
but
fine.
what-
But
yeah,
but guess what? That means that he still doesn't have that mentality. Just
he
because
doesn't
that's
have
all that he
the mentality, yes, but yet the results are he's the
But
third
we-
leading
this is
scorer of all
what we was
time.
talking about the
Don't get though, bruh.
mentality.
That
That's
soul
what we talking
mentality
about.
is the reason people don't look at LeBron like they look at Jordan, bro. That is the whole reason that the argument happened, is because he does not have that part. Now, that's not to say Jordan couldn't pass, but if it was a pass or a score, which one is Jordan going for? Fuck you, I'm going to score. That's the difference, dude.
Yeah.
LeBron is, I'm cool, I'll just make the pass.
And
Jordan wasn't
I
making
feel
the
like
pass, bro.
there's nothing wrong with that. And two, that doesn't mean that LeBron isn't better than Jordan. LeBron still has his GOAT argument. It's just when you a scorer, like that is the mentality. All scorers have a killer mentality. Melo think like that. Monte Ellis think like that. Like all of these niggas think like that. Iverson thought like that. They all, when you think of them, you think like scoring. I want to get a bucket. When you look at LeBron, you want him to do a little bit more of everything. When people was looking at Magic, they expected him to do more of everything. When you say sometimes people expect Wilt Chamberlain. Some people feel like he's the GOAT. Guess what? Nobody said that Wilt Chamberlain had this stupid killer score mentality. They said you couldn't stop him. This nigga blocking everything. He grabbing all the rebounds. He doing all that shit. He still got an argument. You don't have to have a killer mentality to have an argument, but that benefits whoever they arguing it for. That's gonna always benefit Jordan, him having a killer mentality. And that's just from him being a scorer.
But hey, I just feel like most of this is just like what's the word, bro? It's like fucking like it's made up. Like LeBron got more buzzer beaters than Jordan. Like LeBron got more game winners than Jordan. Like I just don't get it.
And you can always use that to boost LeBron's case. Nobody's saying that you can't do that. You know what I'm saying? You got to use what he did to boost his case. People gonna always use 6-0 with Jordan to boost his case because that's what he did. But with LeBron, you can always use, bruh, he didn't quit. He had the longevity. He stayed healthy. You can't down him for that. He did the 3-1 thing. If he beat Brooklyn, like nobody's ever beat a team. Nobody's going to probably ever see a team more heavily favored than that. What happened to Chris?
It looked like he, made the face and then he got the boot. Oh, he just came back.
But that's just part of his argument. LeBron being the best facilitator you probably ever seen is his part of his argument. Like, bro, yeah, Jordan was a killer mentality. LeBron was the best facilitator. It's just like
right.
A
You
versus
yourself don't even look at LeBron like a killer scorer, bro. You just like LeBron, and you think he's number one, then you made your arguments for him. But you don't feel the same way either. You don't think he's a killer. You think he'll get the job done and he'll find a way to win the game.
Yeah, he's a fucking killer. What you mean?
He's been doing it his whole career.
You have no facts to back that up. He's a killer.
No, you don't think
He's just
that
not
way,
the killer
bro.
that you like. Just say you like vanilla ice cream and LeBron is chocolate. That's all it is.
That's not what it is.
That's basically what I said.
Just agree to the facilitator thing. Now you come back complaining about it like you didn't just agree that he was the facilitator and not a killer.
But what I'm saying is he's also a killer at scoring as well. He's only one that
you don't believe that either.
LeBron does not have the killer scorer's mentality.
You don't believe that either.
It's not his game.
What you mean?
not his
It's a
game.
What are
game.
you
You
saying?
don't believe
That
that
is not
either,
his
bro.
game.
I don't. How you gonna say I
I'm
don't
not
believe in
saying.
something if I'm
I'm
telling
not
you?
saying that. I'm not saying that LeBron can't score whenever he wants to, because he has shown us that he could do that. But guess what? If LeBron had the killer scorers mentality, he would just go out there and get 45 every night, like we know he can do.
No,
But
I don't
he
think
don't do
anybody can just go do that every night, bro. In the
What?
playoffs, 45.
What? Okay.
Now,
There's a guy
y'all
named
just-
Wilt Chamberlain. He'll tell you
I'm
different.
talking about
But-
modern era,
Bring
like
up Wilt, bro.
In the modern era, there you go. Modern era, yeah.
Okay,
But
well, how about
he
this?
could
How about
probably do
this? How
40
about
if he
this?
wanted to.
How about this?
In his
If
prime,
LeBron
night.
had the killer scorers mentality, he would at least go out there and give me KD buckets every night.
Wait, he was doing
Every
that
night.
most of his
he's
career.
already done that.
But see, that doesn't. But I feel like LeBron plays the facilitator because that does not benefit LeBron. Just being a scorer, that doesn't benefit him. Somebody like Michael Jordan, that benefited Michael Jordan. That benefited Kobe. LeBron being the 6'8", 6'9" monster that he is, and as smart as he is, that doesn't benefit him just ducking his head, going to the rim all night. That
Yeah, when you
benefits
playing with
him none at all.
bums, when you playing with bums, it don't benefit you. It didn't benefit Jordan when he was playing with bums. It didn't benefit Kobe when he was playing with Smush Parker and bums, and
But
he was
if you
averaging
gonna say
35.
that, if you
it
gonna
don't
say
benefit
that,
nobody.
but if you gonna say that, Jordan still had that killer score mentality, and that shit won him every fucking thing in the fucking league except for the championship.
He did win
Everything.
Defensive Player of the Year,
LeBron,
bro.
LeBron
It
don't
wasn't
have,
like
LeBron don't
He didn't get to
even,
the finals.
On the
LeBron,
end.
but
Can he get to the
you
finals
talk about-
without?
you talking about LeBron being a killer mentality scorer. How many scoring titles does he have?
One? But he,
Just one.
what he do? I think he scored 30 straight against Detroit in 07. Like,
How
that's a
many
killer.
scoring
That's a
titles
killer.
does he have? Because Jordan has more than a few.
Jordan don't even
KD.
got one game like that game against Detroit in 07. He don't got one
Who
game where he
cares
went
about
30
one
Who
game?
cares
How
about
many
one
scoring
game?
titles does he have?
straight. We got a game winner like the
That was the
Orlando one
question.
in
Listen.
09.
That was the
How
question that
many
I asked.
scoring
Where is
titles
it?
does
That
he
was the
have?
question that I asked.
The scoring title.
How
Tell
many
us how many
scoring titles? I'm
he got.
talking
He
about
got
killer
one.
score
31,
mentality.
31 a game. 05, 06. He got one.
yes, I was
Exactly,
in the league.
bro. Michael Jordan got multiple because he got a scorer's mentality. KD got multiple because he got a scorer's mentality. That's not a knock against LeBron.
We're not
It's
saying
just
that
not
Melo
his
got
game.
it.
I don't think you gotta
Melo
have
has
scoring
a
titles to have a
scoring
scoring
mentality.
mentality.
we're not saying that anybody is knocking him. We're saying I'm trying to debunk the fact that he's not a closer or he's not.
Nobody
weren't
said
talking
he was
about
a closer. I
closing,
never
bro.
said nothing
You
about
did
closing
when I
this whole
said
game.
he's a closer and he's a killer, and you said you don't
I said
believe
he
that.
doesn't.
You don't
I said he
believe
doesn't
that
have a
he's
killer
like that, bro.
mentality.
That's not how you look at LeBron. You
Yeah.
just
Now,
said I
would
agree
say
he's the
LeBron,
facilitator.
I feel like if you're a great player, you can close a game. If they consider you the best player on your team, you're gonna be able to close the game. I don't know nobody who except for Skip Bayless that feel like, oh, LeBron's just not a closer. We done seen him hit big shots all the time. We saying he doesn't have a killer scorer's mentality.
Yeah,
That's what we saying. Cause he don't. He
Yeah.
don't.
I didn't say that he had one. I'm just saying that he's a killer.
I said he do, but that's cool.
He said he does.
Yeah,
I said
it's
that
too
he
many
is a killer.
examples. Because that's all we going off is example. We could just go off games
I got
in
a
the
question,
playoffs.
man. So when somebody scores 30 for a season, what do you call that? When they consistently give you 30 a season, what does that do? That particular
walking
dude.
bucket. He a walking bucket like KD.
He got a scorer's mentality.
So if
That's
he,
what
but
he
if he
do.
averages 25, what do you call that?
A
Dude,
fall
so
off.
Shaq averaged
Still a-
that. Did
it's still a
Shaq got a
bucket.
score? I don't understand what like
It's
that,
still a
that means
bucket.
though.
How many seasons did Shaq average 28 plus and 11, dude? It's not, the small numbers matter when you start going higher and higher with scoring. And if you don't know that, you need to look it up, bro. It matters. So if they got 25 and they don't consider you don't win a scoring champion, but you win it at 30. That means there's that 5-point difference a season matters.
Yeah.
It matters for how you play the game, how all of your games ended. It means you put in more work on the scoring end than that dude who got 25. Period.
You could take more shots than him. You could play more minutes than him. I don't.
Be more efficient.
Well, then we
You
can
can
use
be an
KD
efficient 30. What does it matter?
as a prime example. This man a
30
four-time
points is
scoring
hard
champ.
because LeBron gets buckets. He used to get buckets get 30 on 15 shots. So that's why it matters.
Nobody said LeBron has ever did it, but I ain't gonna sit here and act
boy.
like LeBron is efficient as far as shots on like somebody like KD. I ain't gonna say
He
that.
shoots 60% in Miami for like the craziest stretch. Like he,
Yes.
I don't
You're
understand.
talking about stretches.
KD
We're talking about
won the
seasons.
scoring title while
We're
he was
talking
in
about
Miami.
whole seasons. You're talking about parts of seasons. We're talking about the entirety of the season. What makes up the average, not what gives a dude a 40-point average over 5 games. It's a difference.
You're talking about scoring titles, and that's, I mean, if that's what makes somebody a killer scorer because they got scoring titles, then we got to look up all the niggas.
I mean, that's part of it, bro. LeBron just
Look
don't
at
have
any dude with a scoring title. I guarantee you that.
I know LeBron on there too, but yeah. So
look
LeBron,
at any dude that was the scoring title winner. They get
Dwayne Wade, Tracy McGrady, LeBron James,
Bucket.
Bro,
Carmelo.
I consider Tracy McGrady, Russell Westbrook. All these niggas got killer score mentality.
Right, LeBron on the list for them too.
He averaged like 35.
A score.
He averaged
LeBron
like
is just not
11 and
just
11.
considered that.
LeBron on the list with him.
LeBron is a facilitator. It don't make him no less of a person. He just don't have a killer scores mentality because they don't need him to go out there and do that.
Can we look at playoff scoring titles? Do they count that? Like, do they count niggas?
They're not going to count that. No,
I know they don't.
Because that's not fair.
I'm about to say we gonna go on with that. He's gonna be behind a couple of people.
You think like LeBron numbers just outshadow everybody numbers in the playoffs, and they don't.
He's been the all-time leading playoff scorer for like 5 years ago.
That's just what
I'm talking about averages.
You can't put that as argument, dude.
Even if he was number one and he averaged 20 points and played way more games than everybody else, he was still
don't average 20 points in the playoffs, bro. He don't average 20.
But you understand what I'm saying, bro. We only talking about the time people spent in the playoffs. That's what your career average is. Not who's the number one career playoff scorer. That doesn't matter to winning a championship.
If you're gonna look at it like that, you might as well just leave LeBron in second place.
The nigga that gonna have all the scoring, all the all-time scoring records. He's not a killer scorer though, right? That's all we trying to say.
Understand that kickers in football.
That speaks to his greatness, is what Darius is saying. Darius is saying
that speaks to his longevity. That speaks to him. Yeah, that speaks to him playing 17 years. Like Blair said, most of the time on most NFL teams, the kicker is the leading
kickers are the all-time leading scorers.
This nigga scores no touchdowns.
Points matter. If he averaged 20 points and he played for 18 years, he's gonna have more points than everybody.
I mean, he broke this one like 4 years ago. So this was like
Cleveland. I know what you're saying. That's a tribute to his greatness, but it still don't give him like just a killer score mentality. Like if he had that killer score mentality, you, me, and everybody on here would have been watching LeBron go for almost 40 every night, bro. Because we know from what we have seen of him in 17 years that at least for 14 years, you couldn't stop this nigga getting to the rim. You can't. You gotta foul him. You gotta grab them big ass arms. You gotta do something. But for LeBron, that doesn't benefit his game. I feel like if LeBron would have played like that, he felt like he had a chance of going out like Allen Iverson. Everybody feel like you a great scorer.
Free throws well. Like he's not a good free throw shooter. Like
everybody feel like you could score all these points, but you didn't win shit. But when he got all of this knowledge, we consider LeBron James to probably be the smartest player in the NBA right now. He will be dumbing himself if he just restricted himself to just be, oh yeah, I'm gonna just score a bunch of points. I ain't worried about no rebounds. I ain't worried about getting nobody else open. I ain't worried about doing none of that. Then we will be talking about how selfish LeBron is. Just like I used to talk about how selfish Kobe was. Because all he want to do is fucking shoot. 3 niggas on you, you want to fucking shoot. R.I.P. Kobe. I said the same thing about Jordan. Guess what? Sometimes it's good to be a facilitator. But guess what? On the other end, when you a facilitator, sometimes niggas gonna be like, nigga, fucking shoot the ball.
Facts.
Uh,
But by the way, LeBron and KD averaged around the same amount of points per game. He
That's
doesn't
fine.
average
KD,
Their career.
They
KD still the
average the
killer.
same amount of points per game.
Yes, for
Yeah.
a career. Yeah.
KD still the killer scorer. LeBron is the killer. Everything else in that category. I still feel like LeBron is the better player. But if we talking about just scoring and scoring only, you're gonna take a lot of niggas before you take LeBron.
What year LeBron we talking about?
It
doesn't
don't matter,
matter.
nigga. It
Now,
don't
later,
matter.
tomorrow,
Yeah.
all
I'll
LeBron.
take the year Allen Iverson lost over a lot of years of LeBron. If I'm just talking
but it was
scoring,
low blows.
if that's all I'm talking about. Cause you gonna say all of that, and Allen Iverson went out there at 6 feet and got the same fucking buckets. But guess what? He didn't tailor his game, so he didn't win shit. That's why you
impact the
him
game
in a
on
different
both
light.
sides. It's just a lot that he couldn't do.
Exactly. That speaks to him being more of a facilitator of the game and not just a scorer.
Nah, defense is a whole other side y'all ain't talked about, but it is what it is. Y'all can
We were talking about
believe.
killer scoring. I thought.
We're not
No,
talking
you
about-
said impact the game. You just said no. You said that he ain't. Iverson could.
But that's
What
why.
you
But
said-
that's why he's not just a scorer. though,
No,
Shamari.
I said if I was just talking about just purely scoring, I would take 01 Iverson over a lot of years of LeBron. Because Iverson could put that shit in the hoop. Monte Ellis could put that shit in the hoop. A lot of niggas can just put that shit in the hoop. You know what I'm saying? It's a reason we only talk about Jordan and Kobe most of the time when it comes to scores. Because they did it at such a high level like that. And KD, you could throw
Rest in
KD
peace,
in.
Kobe. But Kobe did it at a high volume. I ain't gonna say it was. I mean, it was a high level, but it was a high volume though. Like he put a lot of them fucking
He
shots
did,
up.
but I can't act like when he was with Shaq, even though I feel like Shaq was the better player. Shaq averaged 30, Kobe was averaging around 28. So shit. He ain't take all them bitches. And when you the best player on the team, if you got the killer mentality of a scorer, that's just what you gonna do. That's what the team gonna have to live with. It just so happened, if you was with Kobe, you won 5 championships. If you was with Iverson, you won 0.
I mean, I like what you said when you said the shit don't benefit my nigga. He averaged. I know Blair gonna say it was a series, but against Orlando 09, my nigga averaged 37, hit game winners,
Who?
and got LeBron and got hit their ass up
Was
out
that
of
the
there.
year?
So
What? Oh, I was about to say because I remember one year Orlando played against Kobe in the finals. How many he averaged
oh
that
yeah,
year?
yeah. No, I'm talking about against Cleveland, like the Eastern semis or Eastern one of them. But that, I mean, he averaged 37. So I'm just saying,
Yeah,
it's
I
a
ain't
killer
saying
score mentality, bro.
I ain't saying that he can't
That's
do it.
first stint LeBron. But
Yeah, I ain't saying that he can't do it, but that's not something that
That
you
he
gonna see
wants to
out of
do.
LeBron all the time because that's just not his game. It's just not his game. It don't benefit LeBron teams for him to be like that.
right, what he's saying is LeBron wants to win championships, and the best way for him to win championship is
Yeah,
him not
that's
scoring
just-
30.
That's his style of play. That's just his style of play. That's what benefit him the best.
Because
I don't
LeBron
think
has
we-
averaged 32 times in his career. And after
Yeah,
the
it-
first time he averaged 30, they was like, so man, you gonna average 32 this year? He said no. Like,
No.
why would
What
I
was
do
the
that?
point?
I didn't. Did I
What
win a
was the point?
championship? They said no. He said, well, then
to
why am I
average
doing
30.
it?
Whether you win a ring
Yeah.
or you don't, it takes a lot to average 30
Yeah.
and still play defense.
And they would have still been asking LeBron to do all of that other shit that he be doing. So he can't do that. You can't put you can't make this nigga do everything. He gonna do what his talent allow him to do for sure.
Yeah, I just feel like he's been the real true first one that can really do all the shit on a basketball court. So he's trying to spread that
he's a
shit
very
out.
smart basketball player. So
You
Yeah.
mean
it was
besides Magic Johnson?
First
I
true
feel like-
one. You
yeah,
said
I feel like he's
He
like
does it better than anybody else.
better than Magic. I feel like he's like upgraded Magic. That's
What'd you
my
say, Sean?
opinion.
He
I
averaged
feel
like
like he's
17 points a
upgraded.
game in his career. Like that's a whole 10 points.
the big O.
Overall,
too.
yes. The Big
Yeah.
O said he's better than him. What you talking about?
I mean,
it was
we
high. That
naming these people, but when the argument come up, we only talk about Mike and LeBron. So it's a reason that niggas be saying that.
Because they hating on LeBron. That's what it is. That's what
No,
I'm
they're not hating
No,
on
what
this
he's
man,
saying
bro.
is the argument, the GOAT argument is only between LeBron and Jordan.
No, okay, yeah, I get that. But then he's saying, but he just said that, like, why do niggas be like, wait, LeBron better than Larry Bird, small forward? Like, you sure? Like niggas say silly shit like that. Like,
They do.
You gotta think
you
about
know,
it.
Magic,
LeBron,
like, yeah, he's better
but
than
think
all these
about it.
niggas. He's
What
better
you
than
say,
Mike.
You might feel different if you saw Wilt Chamberlain score 100 points.
I'm saying they
Or
saw
you might
Larry
be,
Bird play,
yeah,
bro.
or if you saw Larry Bird. Like, I only know what I seen from
I saw Larry
video
Bird.
of Larry Bird. And Larry Bird is, to me, top three small forwards of all time. Do I feel like LeBron is better than him? Yes, because LeBron is fucking 6'9" and he bigger and faster and stronger. Fuck yeah, he better than Larry Bird. Do that mean Larry Bird didn't hold his own? Fuck no.
Right.
This nigga was a fucking beast. The Big O, like he said, this man was a fucking beast, nigga. 6'8" playing point guard.
All them
Get
niggas
to our
was
last
great,
part,
bro, but
It was
it's only
gonna
one
listen to
goat.
us about an hour.
It's
Yeah,
only one
for
joke,
sure.
though, bro. So it can only
sure.
be one goat.
But
That's why it's argumentative, man, because it can only be one.
and this is
So
why
they
I was,
say.
I was
So
trying
they
to
say.
say.
So they say.
This
I'm
is
the
what I was
GOAT,
trying to say.
goddamn
Let's
it.
not get into this because we're gonna be on this shit for 5 hours. God
This is-
damn.
I thought we came on here to debate and shit.
Oh, we debating and shit. We debating and shit. We're gonna continue to do that. But since this is the 1 year anniversary of the show, just to go around the table and everybody just gives their favorite moments that or favorite show that we done had so far. I know my favorite moment is Michael Corbett going off on the Dallas Cowboys. I will never, ever forget that shit. The man wanted to burn his Ezekiel Elliott jersey that he has not yet worn, which is hilarious to me because he's a Michigan fan and Ezekiel Elliott went to Ohio State. So that's probably my favorite moment, favorite show, because that shit was unforgettable.
Hilarious.
We've had a lot of good laughs on this motherfucker, man. I can't lie. I done almost pissed myself some of the shit y'all niggas done said. But what's your favorite moment so far?
Man, y'all tripping, man. The best moment we done had is Sean versus Brianna.
Oh,
Top.
Mine too. That's my favorite moment. The top 20. Maybe 20 niggas better than KD.
This will forever be my favorite moment of all time, dog. Like,
Mine
this
too.
shit was crazy. It was only
It
crazy
was,
because
man, 'cause at some
both
point
of
she
these-
said, "I'm calling my dad."
yes, both of these niggas brought the noise, nigga. Like, Brianna was like, "Hey, you better fucking run them down right now." And Sean was like, "Oh, don't even worry about it. I don't even need no paper. I'm coming off the top of the dome, nigga." This nigga said Pistol Pete, and she was like,
Hey,
"Let me
that was
call my
the only
damn daddy."
Calling my daddy. These
Bruh.
niggas. Daddy, that's what they said.
Bruh, this shit was so funny, nigga. I laughed about this shit. I laugh about this shit randomly to this day, nigga. Like, I think about that shit. I'll be like, bro, these niggas is some fools, nigga. That shit was funny.
Yeah, that was.
my favorite. That's my favorite one too.
Yeah, because I was listening for most of
And
that.
like the shit
That's
that we don't
hilarious.
record, like we just be kicking shit to ourselves though, you know, because Blair be saying funny shit, boy.
oh yeah, man.
Bro,
Listen, man.
This nigga Blair.
Some shit we
was-
just can't air for y'all. But God damn.
Hilarious.
If I did,
Bro,
man, there'd be some
this
people
nigga
trying to come
Blair-
for our heads out here, bro.
hey,
Hilarious.
Blair need one of them shows that come on when niggas don't be doing shit but listening to the radio. like 2 in the morning, and niggas gotta be hearing what this nigga be saying. Oh, that shit be fucking hilarious.
Hey,
I ain't gonna lie.
He'll just say some random shit like, man, you know what? I hate bitches' panties, man. I don't know why.
I have never said that. That is something he just made up. I have never said that in my life. He made that up. Just, that was an example of maybe some things they think I would say.
Hey, you can't lie though. You can't lie.
You would say some shit like that.
Blair would
I
say the
didn't say,
wild.
I didn't say that. I didn't say that. I ain't gonna lie.
Blair would have the outlandish takes, but then this nigga be fucking around, be right. Like, hey, I gotta give it to him. He close to even. I don't know. He might be at like 40-something%. Cause he be calling it out here.
He almost there.
Hey, this nigga had a terrible regular season, went undefeated in the playoffs, nigga. Hey, that nigga called that. That nigga kind of called the national championship game, kind of. So, hey, that nigga be seeing
He had a horrible regular season. He done came.
Bro.
Sean came in 4 weeks later and beat them.
That is true.
Yes. Blair said, hey,
I gotta
that
see
nigga
something.
said,
Somebody gotta
but
see
guess what? When it was for all the marbles, man, this nigga Blair done put on his Bill Belichick hat. Yeah,
that's all that matters.
I'm telling you, all I know
Like, where the
is
fuck did this Rain Man
Tom
shit
Brady.
come from? Where the fuck?
Everything.
I know Tom Brady was like, yes, nigga, I told him. Michigan.
Hey, you gotta do it, gotta stick with it.
My man, Ralph said his favorite moment is when Brianna said KD can guard LeBron, her dad.
I remember that.
Get your hands.
Hey, if this is your first time, if this is your first time on the show, I'm gonna let you know right now. You can't talk about Kevin Durant haircut. Hey, Brianna is gonna be on your ass, nigga. Man, what? Like, no, I'll take him to your barber then, nigga. What?
Fix this shit, nigga.
Fix your shit, nigga.
Oh shit.
Y'all is stupid, man.
Same moment, Sean. You got the same one? Same favorite moment?
Yeah, got the same one, man. Same one. Like I said, besides, the extended episodes with Blair, man, I love being.
Hell yeah.
Oh my God.
Yeah. Y'all listening, man. Tell a friend to tell a friend. Y'all need to be subscribing, liking.
Yes.
Like, share, subscribe. We be lit, man. We be wanting to go at y'all ass too. So comment.
Yeah, so come on.
Thank you, Destiny. Yes, congratulations. If you ain't got a drink, it's your fault.
Damn right.
Yeah. I definitely got mine.
I mean, y'all know what this is. I don't be doing free promotion, but you know what this is.
Yeah, we ain't doing promotion. That's why you ain't seen this bottle the whole time.
Yeah, try to keep the labels covered. But
if
you do, if y'all watching, hey, help a brother out. Mm-hmm. Need a sponsor.
That is the drink.
But toast to us, to another year, more growth, more money, hopefully. Some money.
Yeah. Something.
And some money. And continue on. We'll holler at y'all till next time. Like, share, subscribe. Tell your trucker friends, your mama, your daddy, your cousin, your aunties, brothers, sisters, uncles.